Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea, and thank you for being here. If anybody is here, well, remember I told you that my channel is going to be about just kind of getting down to the nitty gritty of why humanity and the planet is going through the things that it is going through. We have lots and lots and lots and lots of reasons, of course, but there are some spiritual ones that you might not be aware of. I mean, you can obviously see what's going on this realm is a big part of what we're experiencing, but there's also things going on other realms, in other galaxies. Yeah. Part of what's been happening is the planet and the dwellers upon it have been going through an astrological alignment called the Jezebel spirit. It has been going on for, as far as I know, over a century now. It's probably lots more. But we have been steady creating people without any concern about the nature of what they need. We more so are able to figure it out financially, but the financial aspects of it is not the biggest part. Sometimes it might seem like the hardest part, but it is not the part that is the most expensive on the being that you have created. The most expensive part, which means it'll take what it has gotten from you, what you've shown it, and it'll take that out into the world and help the world expand and help the people in it. And we have not been nurturing children like they should be nurtured for a very, very long time. And that in itself has a lot to do with why the planet is in such disarray. Like I said, we have lots and lots of reasons. So this channel can go on forever. And I am here just to point some of them out. The Jezebel spirit running rapid. The families are gone. Yeah. Go figure. And it's like we are so short-circuited and unbalanced that we have not accepted the fact that all of this is our free will that we're using to do this. And I know there are lots of factors. There are lots of factors, I know, but we can do better. We can heal ourselves from the many factors. We can tune some of that out. we can be more productive in ourselves and help ourselves more, so we'll be better people for the world. And nurturing is a big part of that. If you haven't been nurtured, you can hardly nurture anything else. You can't do it properly. Even when you think you can be an overgiver, because I was an overgiver. Oh my God, I've been a people pleaser and an overgiver like my entire life. So I know. And that repels people. So they end up running from you because you're off balance. And that is because we have parental wounds. The world is being governed right now by the planetary aspects that led us to have parental wounds on a spiritual level. Now, you know, it's different on a 3D level. We went through lots of stuff like the crack era, and we went through a lot on this ground, boots on the ground. We went through a lot to get to where we at. But on a higher note, all of that kind of just played into the picture of the Jezebel spirit, because if we had stronger family units, that crack wouldn't have took over like it did. See, everything comes back to a full circle, y'all. Everything, because it is called the circle of life. Everything comes back around. It is a given because we are energy, and every energetic force just kind of rebuilds itself, resurges, resets, rescinds. We can't get around the energy. So the game of life is to learn how to team up with it. Yeah. See, they didn't tell us that part. We have mother wounds, we have father wounds, and some people unfortunately have both. But there was a reason for all of that when you look on a higher plane. It hurt like hell, right here, especially when you see others getting what you know you deserve, and your innate body feels and knows you deserve to be nurtured on every level of your existence here, like from childhood, toddler, adolescent, young adult, grown up. You came here for that. But hey, nurturing is what the planet has lacked because of the Jezebel spirit. And hey, I know I'm finna run it down to y'all how it affected my family, okay? So, my great grandmother didn't nurture my mom my grandmother, I know from the stories. My great grandmother, which just so happens to be named Andrea too, she was Native American and a descendant from the Grants. Um, and her last name was Grant. Okay. It carried all the way down up until a couple of generations ago. I just had a, a female family member that just passed on not too long ago. Her name came all the way down. Her name was Ulysses S. Grant. So it followed all the way down like that. So my great grandmother, how I know she didn't nurture my grandmother is because the story is in our family, she threw my grandmother and her twin away. Or the twin died or something, but my grandmother survived. Y'all, it's horrible. I heard trash can, if I can remember, but I'm not sure about that. But I've heard that. But she threw them away. But even if she didn't throw them away, a family adopted my grandmother. So my grandmother was adopted by the Damons. So that etheric cord, even if the Damons were good to her, okay, that etheric cord that you can't see but you can feel because it's an energetic currency. It's a soul bond contract that didn't get fulfilled, but it still felt. Even if the Damons were good to my grandmother, that energetic ethereal cord that she had with her mom still needed to be nurtured. It needed to be, yeah, by the one in which it connected to. But that didn't happen. So my grandmother didn't have what she needed on a spiritual level. The Damons probably was good to her, but she didn't have it. And in turn, I don't know if she nurtured my mother them like she was supposed to when she was around, but she worked 3 jobs. They said she look, her second life, she had 5 kids because she was married to somebody in her 20s and he got killed in a hunting accident. So she started having children in her 30s, and then she had 5 of them. A single mom. She widowed, didn't have none by her husband. None. I don't even know how long they was together. But